Hi guys, it is me, Chris, back in my cider shed with some more cider to try. I'm wearing a Jack Daniels t-shirt. How about that? Rock and roll. Won it in a pub quiz a long time ago. Just needed a t-shirt to put on. Put a Jack Daniels on. Yeah, small production cider we got today. I haven't had them before. They are called Wildings. They are in North Somerset. There is the bottle. There you go. Happen to know it's all wild yeast, hand-picked, 6,000 litres approx per year, very small, started in 2018 I think. There's more information on the label. As you can see, the label is so knackered and wet, I cannot read it. No matter, it does say on here though, rich complex cider with natural residual sugar. So I'm going to assume this is either a keep cider, or they have racked off the juice from the leaves lots and lots of times, and got rid of yeast that way. So either very little yeast or very little protein or a little bit of both, and so not fully fermented, residual sugar left over, and it is 5%. So yeah, it's about right. So let's open this sucker up, shall we? Got to keep it quick today. Okay. Is it fizzy? Not even sure if it's fizzy. It must be fizzy. Has to be fizzy. Let's pour it out. Let's have a look at you. Not much of a mousse. Not much of a mousse. So there's a little bit of a prickle, but I would suggest that is a still cider. Also unfiltered, of course. Why wouldn't it be unfiltered? So I would say very, very subtle amber gold. That I would say hazy. It did say sparkling here, didn't it? Did it say sparkling? Did it say sparkling? No, don't think it did say sparkling. Oh, there you go. You live and learn. Alright, so let's give it a sniff. Really delicate nose. Maybe I'm still a little congested, but that is a delicate nose for sure. I'm getting not much actually. Merest hint of fruit. The merest hint of fruit. Maybe sort of slightly baked character, merest hint of fruit, but not a lot. It is pretty cold, I've got to admit. It is a bit too cold, unfortunately. But I've got to do this tasting on here today, so I'll get a chance to warm it up. So it might evolve in the glass. If it does, I'll stick some information on about how it evolved. You know, for the geeks. I'm a geek, so yeah. Very delicate. Okay. So there's the merest prickle there. It'll be pet nat, I assume. I don't know if they wanted it to be more sparkling than that, but I mean it's just there. Sometimes in very acid wines, actually this stuff from Greg's Pit, this Thorn Perry, super acid. You get carbonic acid dissolved in the juice, in the beverage, in the cider, whatever, and that will just give you a little prickle when you drink it. Some very acid dry wine, sometimes you'll drink them, there'll be a little bit of a prickle, not sparkling, because that carbonic acid that's dissolved in there will give you a little bit of a prickle. So I don't know if that's what I'm getting, or whether this just hasn't gone exactly where they wanted it to, and is just as sparkling as they would like it to be. I mean, if it was going to be like a French style cider, you expect to have a lot more prickle than that. I mean, like loads more. When you saw it, it poured like it was dead flat. So yeah, basically this is still, I'm going to say. I mean, it's so close to still, I'm going to say it's still. There's quite a lot of residual sugar in it. It is quite reasonable tannins. I've got some tannin. It's almost like apple juice, but made with very ripe red apples. So usually when you have like apple juices, they've got quite a lot of acidity, like malic acid in it. Usually, this hasn't got that. It's aged long maturation through winter, fermentation maturation through winter and into spring. So you wouldn't imagine have a lot of malacate. If you're going to have anything, excuse me, it's going to be lactic. Very little acidity though. So I'm assuming these are like basically bitter sweets that I'm making it with. It's like a French style. So it feels like a French style, but without the tart tatin character. And without the mousse sparkle, etc. that you expect to have with it. Sorry, I'm really thinking about this because it's not what I expected at all. It's nice, it's clean, it's refreshing. It does feel a lot like apple juice. A lot like apple juice. I thought it was going to have a lot more going on than this. I'm a little bit deflated because I was really looking forward to having this. There's another one they do which is a Stoke Red, single varietal. I'll try and get some of that because I want to try it. I'm not going to base anything just on a single tasting. Not at all. But this is not what I expected. I think it needs more acidity, or it needs more tannin, or it needs more bubbles, or a little bit of everything. It's actually the sweet. This is almost a little bit too sweet. This is like a dessert, an apple dessert, but there's no acidity to balance it. Yeah, not quite cloying, but bordering on cloying is what I want to say. Wildings, I'm sorry. Maybe just this bottle's not quite right. Maybe that I expected something else, and therefore my expectation is the problem. It wasn't what I expected, so I'm disappointed. I'm trying to see it on its own merits. That's quite an important thing to do. Then it's getting a bit more opening up on the nose, a bit more of that apple, but it's not that complex. It's not that different to what I'm getting on the palate. I mean, it's pleasant. I'm not going to race back to get it. It's too much like apple juice to me. It's sweet, not quite balanced enough, doesn't have enough acidity or tannin or something. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Weldings. Reasons to be cheerful. Well, I still recommend you get something from these guys though. I mean, they're doing everything brilliantly. I mean, the way their heart is exactly in the right place. What they're trying to do is brilliant. It ticks every single box. For me, on paper, this ticks every single box. On the palate, not quite so much. So I'm a bit let down. I think maybe that has to be taken into consideration. But yeah, get yourself some stuff anyway. I mean, if you can get hold of it, get it. Try it, see what you think. Absolutely. Cool. All right. Well, that was interesting. Okay, guys, is episode 99? This might be episode 99. If it's episode 99, the next one's going to be 100, isn't it? 100 of these damn things. Bloody hell. Shall I quit? I don't know. Maybe not. Let's keep going. Whatever. Got some cheese to try as well, so I'll do that. For the 100th episode, I'll definitely have some cheese. We're going to have a party. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again. And until then, cheers.